Language models predict one token at a time. Video models like Sora denoise a whole clip at once. Diffusion forcing, from MIT, unifies both by giving every token its own noise level. In this video, why each paradigm falls short, what noise masking means, how it trains and samples, how it compares, where it shines video, planning, and robots, and when to reach for it. Sequence generation has two camps. Next token models are causal and variable length, but over long rollouts small errors compound and the output drifts. Full sequence diffusion models denoise an entire fixed length clip together and can be guided toward good trajectories, but they can't grow past that length or generate causally. Teacher forcing hides the gap during training, then it breaks at sampling time. We want both. Diffusion forcing's key move is simple. Train a diffusion model to denoise tokens that each carry an independent noise level. Think of noise as a soft, fractional mask. Zero noise means a token is fully observed, maximum noise means fully hidden, and in between is partial. One model now spans pure next token prediction, full sequence diffusion, and every mixture, just by choosing noise levels. Training is one clean loop. Take a sequence, then sample an independent noise level for each token from a uniform range. Add that much noise to every token, so past and future are corrupted by different amounts. A causal model, an RNN or a mask transformer denoises each token from its own noisy version and its history. The loss is standard denoising, and you simply repeat over your data. Sampling is where the design pays off. Picture a two-dimensional grid. Rows are tokens, columns are denoising steps. Because each token owns its noise level, you can denoise along any schedule you like. Keep future tokens noisier while you commit the present, and the rollout stays stable. Start everything noisy, denoise causally, emit a token, then extend the sequence for as long as you want. So how do the two worlds line up? Next token prediction gives you causality and variable length, but weak global guidance and drifting rollouts. Full sequence diffusion gives you strong sampling guidance and sharp joint samples, but fixed length and no causal generation. Diffusion forcing sits in the middle, causal and variable length like the first, guidable and stable like the second. The idea also grew a family. The original diffusion forcing paper at NeurIPS 2024 used causal networks for planning and control. Its successor, the diffusion forcing transformer, or DFOT, at ICML 2025, scales the idea to video and adds history guidance conditioning on a flexible number of past frames to roll out extremely long, consistent videos. Does it work? On a two-dimensional maze planning task, diffusion forcing beat 6 baselines, producing faster plans that reach the goal. In robot manipulation, it carried memory in its latent state to handle long-horizon tasks that trip up plane behavior cloning. And DFOT stably rolls out videos far longer than any it saw in training the drift problem, largely tamed. Where does this shine? Video generation, where stable long rollouts matter most. Planning and decision-making, where you guide sampling toward high-reward trajectories, even with Monte Carlo tree guidance. Robot imitation learning, where built-in memory enables long-horizon manipulation. And any sequential domain time series, world models that needs both causality and flexible length from one model. In code, the change is tiny. For each sequence you draw an independent noise level per token, add that noise, and ask a causal model to predict it back a standard denoising loss over every position. At sampling time you are free to pick any per token denoising schedule. That one extra degree of freedom is the whole trick behind diffusion forcing. When should you reach for it? Any long horizon sequence task video, planning, control where autoregressive drift or fixed length diffusion is holding you back and you want guidance. When should you think twice? For plain text generation, ordinary next token models are simpler and stronger. Diffusion forcing adds diffusion machinery, so without a need for long stable rollouts, it is likely overkill. Quick recap. Next token models drift, full sequence diffusion is fixed length. Diffusion forcing gives every token its own noise level, treating noise as a soft mask, so one causal model does both. It trains with a simple per token denoising loss and samples on a flexible two-dimensional schedule for stable, guidable, variable length rollouts. It powers video, planning, and robotics. That's diffusion forcing, one model that reads the past crisply and dreams the future gradually. Give each token its own noise level, and next token prediction and full sequence diffusion. Stop being rivals. Did this make diffusion forcing click? Follow for plain English Gen AI breakdowns.